Welcome, my dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear gods, for this episode of the magnificent spiritual wisdom conveyed by the great author Harold Percival through his book Thinking and Destiny. We are thankful to our Brahmarshi Patriji, who has identified this book almost 20 years back for the benefit of humanity and for all our members of the PSSM. He has also taken pains to cull out and highlight the important messages from all the chapters in this book to enable us to grasp the entire wisdom of this book. The uniqueness of this book is that it consists of wisdom that has been passed on to Harold Percival and on which he has tirelessly, selflessly worked to make it as a book which was originally released in the year 1946 after 30 years of hard work. And the title given to that book was The Law of Thought. Gradually, almost 14 editions were reprinted rather. By then, the name of the book was changed to Thinking and Destiny. Percival goes on to say in the course of his book that our destiny depends upon how we think. And it is only after that we have words coming out of us, our actions, our thoughts, everything are regulated by the way we think. With these words, I commence the program today, and I have with me Girija Rajan, a senior meditator of the PSSM, and Purnima, a past life therapist and tarot card reader. Today we deal with the subject destiny, that is, the kinds of destiny that we encounter or we have. There are 4 kinds of destiny: physical, psychic, mental, and noetic destiny. They are the conditions under which the human lives on the physical plane and in the psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres of his triune self. This destiny is sometimes spoken of as good or bad, but such terms are unfit. Destiny in itself is neither good nor bad. It is agreeable or disagreeable, acceptable or not acceptable. The question is that of balancing, and so ending the exteriorizations or of not balancing. The question is not of good or bad. So-called good destiny may be bad, and bad destiny may be good, according to what use it is made of it. So first we start with physical destiny. What physical destiny includes? Physical destiny is everything that affects flesh and blood and nerves. It includes the features, frame, and the fabric of the physical body, the skin, the outer organs of sense and of action, and the inner organs of the generative, respiratory, circulatory, and digestive systems. It also includes all physical causes that affect the body agreeably or otherwise. Physical circumstances that carry with them opportunity or the lack of it, environment of all kinds, food, and the means of work or of leisure are physical destiny. It includes, moreover, birth, family connections, health, money, and the need of it, the span of life, and the manner of death of the body. Group destiny affects those who are drawn together into families or held together by social, political, or religious ties.
we should know that there are four types of destiny in front of us. Destiny is neither good nor bad. It doesn't have anything. That's what we think. Oh, it is a bad destiny. It's a good destiny. We think like that. There is no such thing as far as destiny is concerned. It is how we perceive it, we take it. So if it is not disagreeable, if it is disagreeable, it is okay. It is not okay. If it is agreeable, it is okay. That is what we think. Then we call that as agreeable destiny as good destiny, and disagreeable ones we call as bad destiny. No, there is no such thing as good and bad here in destiny. So destiny, what it consists of is the physical destiny, that which we uh, encounter through this physical body, or we come across such destiny through the physical body. That is known as physical destiny. And the psychic means we feel the joy and sorrow through the feelings. That is psychic destiny. And the mental destiny is where we think over all this and then come to an understanding of it. The noetic is finally we learn from that. And we come to a very great understanding or the enlightening part. That is, there is also part of a destiny. So these four items, four sections are involved in destiny. We should understand that. And every event has got all these four parts, and we have to finally get ourselves enlightened from that. That is the design with which the destiny comes out. That is the every thought is exteriorized because we should all come to that stage of enlightenment. That is the purpose for which the destiny is already is created, or it comes out, or the thought materializes. So man should understand this, and definitely he should move forward in order to face all the difficulties that is there, that he has created for his physical body. First of all, so many physical ailments, so many things that will happen to a human. Human body has got several parts, and it is all in the nervous system, in the blood circulation, in so many other muscular and the skeletal system. So many systems are there. So through all these systems, definitely the destiny is worked out. So the thought is worked out as a destiny. So it is good that something is worked out, something materializes, and through that we learn such a lot. At the mental level, we learn a lot, and that learning is it really gives us a great enlightenment. So it is all for the good. We become more and more purer and more knowledgeable and wise. So the whole lifetime is meant for humans to become more and more wise and more enlightened. That is the idea. So we should welcome all this, whatever be the destiny, we should welcome. We should understand such things are there. So we take responsibility. Then only we will know what our duties are, what our responsibilities are. Then only we can lead this life in a perfect manner, in the most desirable manner.
Hi, friends. So, destiny, this word might look a little big for you all. I'll make it very simple in Percival's own words. It's a series of exteriorizations. So, exteriorization in the physical plane, now he has explained about the physical destiny. He says it comes in through the body, the physical body. That is physical body through exteriorization, as to like some people look fair, some people look dark. There are so many combinations in that. Some people are perfectly fit, some people have multiple diseases, some people are poor and some people are rich. That is also a physical destiny, is what he says. So all that pertains to the physical world is called the physical destiny or physical exteriorization. So these destinies have four parts, and in that he has given the definition of the physical destiny, which we have covered. I think we will move on to the other destinies and look into it further.
Yeah, I would like to add one or two points in this. Yeah, Percival says that physical destiny depends upon so many other factors like food, our habits, our lifestyle, all those things also they matter to this, because every exteriorization depends upon the place, the situation, and the time. So all these things are provided by us. So we provide all these three things for the exteriorization of a thought. So definitely the destiny depends upon that. So the especially the food that we take is very very important. That forms a great part in giving us the physical destiny. So we have to be very careful. That's what is stressed in Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. Patriji always says the food is very very important factor, that we should eat only vegetarian food, that the sattvic food, that too in limited quantities. Sometimes we have to fast. All those things are necessary for us to move on very well, to create a better destiny for us. The physical destiny is already set, but the factors can be changed, so the destiny also changes. So definitely we have to pay attention to all those things. So that is how we should lead our life. That is very clearly explained in PSSM, and of course Percival also gives us all this wisdom through his book.
Men see the world, but not the causes that bring about what they see. The entire physical world is made up of exteriorized parts of human thoughts. Thoughts are produced by the thinking of the doer in the body concerning objects of nature, and they are the cause of all physical acts, objects, and events. A thought is a being, conceived by thinking, with a purpose and a plan. It is like an invisible blueprint to be exteriorized as an act or an object. The exteriorized action is physical destiny. One does not murder or steal or commit any dishonest action without having thought of murder or planned to steal or harbor dishonest thoughts. One who thinks upon murder, theft, or lust will find a way to put his thoughts into deeds. If too cowardly a nature to do this, he will become the prey to others' thoughts or to invisible, inimical influences which may, even against his wish, possess him at some critical time and urge him to perform the kind of act which he thought of as desirable and revolved in his brain, yet was too timid to execute.
Yeah, very beautifully put by our Percival ji. That is, every thought has got its consequences. It will materialize definitely to for us to learn. That's all. We first of all created or entertained such thoughts. See, a person may be a murderer, may be a thief, may be dishonest. So many things are there. We are seeing every day. We come across these things. And in this earth life, there are persons who are involved in all these things. But before the murder is committed or the dishonesty is put forth, the thought comes, the thought is created. So when the thought is created, a person boldly commits all those actions. So he enters into action. So that is where he gets the outcome comes to him. A murderer definitely ends up in jail. We know what all punishments he gets. But if the issuer of thought is not very bold enough to perform the actions, then what happens? He falls a prey to others' thoughts, and definitely the thought that has arisen in his mind that he has to commit a murder or a theft, definitely, or be dishonest and do so many, we know, illegal things. All those things definitely will have its own reactions, have its own materialization, definitely, because every thought has to have its consequence. So even though the person is not very bold enough to perform those actions, he will get the reward of those thoughts. Definitely, we cannot escape that. Nobody can escape that. That is what Percival definitely puts forth very confidently. He says, definitely a thought has its consequence, and Man has to face that sometime or the other when the time, place, and the situation are suitable, congenial for it to materialize or become true for him, become a reality for him. So, so where we should be at the thought level, very responsible, and entertain only such thoughts which are beneficial to us and beneficial for others. That is what is taught by again by Patriji. So how a thought should be. So we should there itself our responsibility starts from the issuance or the entertaining of a thought. There itself we have to be very aware and entertain only such thoughts. So even though he may not perform a murder, but where will the thought go? Definitely it will have its consequence. So we should remember, we should hold this in mind. Yes, I have not performed anything. I thought of murder, but I didn't do it. No, the very thought of murder itself has got its result. That is what we should understand very clearly, and the responsibility starts from then on. So I think the humanity will understand their responsibility where it starts. So all that we see here is out of us has been materialized, has been created only through our thoughts. Man may not understand that. He may not have any connection. He may not even imagine that there is a connection between the thought and his thought and the creation that is there in front of him. No, it is all of us put together. The thoughts of all of us put together has created the entire world for us in front of us. That we should remember. So every thought has got such power that it will manifest in some way or the other. Even the unmanifest in some way will manifest in some other way. So the responsibility of man begins at the thought level itself.
Yes, friends, so beautifully she has put it. So I think all the points are clear now. But one point I would like to tell you that our thoughts also affect the whole world. It affects the other person too. So even in the vibration level. So we have to be so very conscious, and that's what actually beautifully put by Confucius. He says, rectify yourself first. So this shows that all the masters speak only the truth, and truth is one. So it's so very beautifully put. So I think this is the message. She has almost covered all the topics and the explanation she has given beautifully. So I think we can move on to the next
Acts
reading.
of goodness, courtesy, delicacy, service, or gratitude do not come out of thin air, but are the form in which long continued thinking of the same kind is expressed. Over weakness and hesitation at the critical time, one may be helped by thoughts of others and by friendly influences which seize him and decide him to do the kind of act which he had thought of as ideal. Everything existing on the physical plane is an exteriorization of a thought which must be balanced through the one who issued the thought in accordance with his responsibility and at the conjunction of time, condition, and place. That in each instance is the decree of the law. The destiny and the decree do not reach beyond the physical plane. Some psychic results are inevitable as joy or sorrow. Mental results are uncertain because they depend on the mental attitude. There are three purposes in the operation of the law of thought, and they cause exteriorization of thoughts as physical acts, objects, and events.
So very beautifully put by Percival, sir. Yeah, the very a person is very kind. He shows his very act of kindness, his charitable mentality, his charity that he wants to do, and help others and do service to others, and all those things. They have not come out of nothing. They are all the result of so many years of contemplation or so many years of entertaining such thoughts of kindness and compassion for others. All these things definitely they have come out when everything is physicalized. Only in the physical world the destiny is realized, not anywhere else. So we have to know that every that those things, those very good qualities do not come to a man simply like that. It has been worked out, and several incarnations he has been thinking of that, he's been entertaining compassion, and also he wants to help others. So, such helping mentality, the acts of kindness, they are all developed over a certain period of time. So, definitely they wait for the right occasion to exteriorize themselves, those such thoughts. So, they wait for that place, the time, and the situation, the right time, the right place, and the right situation to happen, so that it can exteriorize itself. So, such things are very, very great of man. And even we see the other thing also. So, here in the physical world, we experience everything physically, and to a certain extent, we do experience in the psychic level also. That is by feeling of joy and sorrow, and to the mental, uh, where the mental part is concerned, whether it depends mostly on the mentality of a person. So he may take a lesson, may not take a lesson from that. So it depends upon that. Then only next comes the noetic part that usually is forgotten. So they don't go up to that. The mentality there itself stops. He will feel the sorrow or joy, and there he leaves it. He never thinks there is a lesson to learn. Then only the mental level is achieved. There the purpose, the destiny is complete only there. But he doesn't go up to that also. Then he can go up towards enlightenment. So man usually does not go up beyond the psychic level. The destiny is felt only that up to that, and it is left out like that. And usually the physical, in the physical level, the physical situation, the physical body, through the physical body, through the situation, and through all the events or objects, he will come to know or come to realize that destiny. Only through these three things that he will come to know: the physical body, the physical objects, and the physical events that happen to him in his life. So through these three things he will realize the physical destiny, and to a certain extent the psychic level also of the destiny. But mental and the noetic level, that part of destiny, we have to undergo that. That also has to be completed. Unless a person is a meditator, nothing can be realized. Nothing can go beyond the psychic level. So the destiny stops at the psychic level. It never goes beyond that, and thought level, nothing is being done. So, uh, yeah, destiny has to be worked out at some other time, some other level. So it is, then again it is prolonged. So it is better that we come to the mental part. Whenever we find sorrow or joy, we have to come to know that our own thoughts are exteriorized, and we have to learn a lesson. Definitely, a meditator will be able to do this, because his mind will be very clear, and he will know whatever comes in front of him is only the thought that has come in front of him. So he will take it, he'll accept it, learn his lesson, and move on to get his enlightenment.
So, friends, he has mentioned that acts of kindness or generosity, it will definitely be paid back in the physical level, if not in this lifetime, the next lifetime. So, the man who has shown that, will be definitely rewarded. So, or the person who has actually committed any mistake or murder will definitely get back whatever he has caused, the harm he has caused to the others. So he will get it back. So everything will be materialized or exteriorized in the physical plane, and the balance of thought happens here in the physical level.
All worlds depend on the physical plane of the physical world of the sphere of the earth for their development. Progress of the matter in any spheres can be made only while the matter of that sphere is in the physical bodies of the doers. Beyond the physical plane, the law of thought does not decree or compel results. Life in a human body affords opportunities by which the doer is to be taught, trained, and disciplined to be in union with his triune self. The doer can become thus conscious only while living in a human body, never after the death of the body. The body is the result of the work of the doer. during eons. There are in human bodies doer persons of various degrees on the descent and on the ascent. Both classes need physical bodies to work out their destiny. No two bodies are equal in any sense. The doers in them are not equal in development, nor are their thoughts which make the bodies. Position in life will not tell. A man of education may be rapidly descending. One who appears to be lowly may be advanced. In these physical bodies, however, all receive the destiny they have made for themselves, and through these crucibles passes the whole of nature in the human world of birth and death.
Very beautifully told by Percival. Great words. Definitely, we should think now it's time for our deep thoughts, because it is the physical world that offers us the best education that a human has to have. A human may be rich here, but his the doer part, the consciousness, may be at a very low level. The part of consciousness that comes along with this physical body may be at a very low level. A poor man may be suffering here, struggling, yet his doer may be at a higher level. So we do not know. So the levels we go through are various levels, and it is all according to our own thoughts. And the physical body also varies from person to person. So many various varieties are there. In small ways, we all differ. The entire humanity, the humans, they are in the whole on this earth. They differ at least in minutely, somewhere, some way. Even though they may be twins or triplets born at the same time, but they will have physical bodies at different stages, because the doer is different, because the level of the doer is minutely different from each other. So we should know all these things, and all the other worlds that are there, they look upon this world for getting this education. This earth is a beautiful school. There only we get all the education for our upliftment, the soul upliftment, or the consciousness, being conscious of consciousness happens only here in this world. So definitely, so many births we have to take, and to get the physical body also, the thought might have arisen to us eons of times back. So we do not know how many years back we had that thought, but it materialized only now. So like that, every human should regard the life that he leads here. Yes, he has got a physical body, that is the reward of his thought and the exteriorization of his thought, and how the life should be. Yeah, he has to take responsibility, do his duties properly, and then give due respect to the human physical body. Is that is where we start the physical body, from where we start our dharma or the righteousness. So we have to be righteous with our own body, give the right food, the proper food, and the in a limited quantity. So in the required quantity. So that is very important. How we breathe, how we drink water, how we eat. These are all very important. We have to take utmost care and caution and be aware in every act of ours on this earth plane, because it's a very great boon that we have got to have this physical body and come here in this physical school, and then to be great masters. So there's a very great chance given to us, of course by our own thoughts. But should we waste our own lifetime here? Have we come here for that? Never. We have to learn such a lot. So it's a great school. We will not waste any time. We will never be in a hurry. We will also will not also waste any time. So we will put the whole time, our lifetime, into the proper action, into the proper understanding of life, and in expressing, entertaining such thoughts, which will be very beneficial for the others. So spend our time for others and our own upliftment. So we can lead a very great life, and enlightenment is our own cup of tea. We are all entitled for that. So it is possible for us to reach that level very easily, only if we put our mind to it. We think of all these things. Yeah, it is a great boon that we have got. And there are so many who are waiting in the queue in the other worlds to get a physical body. Yes, it is not that very easy. So we have got it, and so we should utilize it in the best way possible for the service of others, for the kindness that we should show to the animals, and look after the plant kingdom. And definitely we will not harm the nature. We'll go in line with nature and enjoy nature. We'll not waste nature or spoil it. So our life should be a very, very excellent life here to our own satisfaction. So we will never waste our time in unwanted things. Most of the time, 75% of our life is wasted like that. So we will never waste it. So now, this lifetime, yes, we have come here, we have come into spirituality, we have taken to spiritual practices, and we are reading such great books. Definitely, we have to change ourselves, our mentality. We should be more responsible. That's what I have gained from this paragraph. It's a beautiful paragraph.
So, friends, what I gain from this paragraph is looks are deceptive, appearances are deceptive, is what Percival says. A person might be poor, but he might have the highest conscious part must be active in his system. So one particular incident from Don Juan's book I would like to tell you. Once Don Juan and Carlos Castaneda happened to were having breakfast in a restaurant, and Carlos Castaneda happened to see a few children having the leftovers of food that was put as garbage. So he was really very disappointed seeing that, and Don Juan immediately said, "You don't know the emanations they carry and the realization they are going to achieve. You don't know that." That is what Don Juan told, gave a reply to Carlos Castaneda. And so this means that we really think that the injustice and the tragedy which is there, it is not, it is actually going to give them a great learning. It is going to uplift them spiritually. So that is what, Richard Bach's words also I remember now. The mark of your ignorance is the depth of your belief in injustice and tragedy. So nothing here in this world which you see is, you don't know the depth. We just come into some kind of judgment which is not actually true. We don't know the truth of anything. So let us be non-judgmental of anything, and let us be again an observer. So again, and another part is, this school is this school of earth gives us lots of opportunities to uplift ourselves, and as Mrs. Girja Rajan has put it, so let us all uplift and lead a very conscious and beautiful life.
So thank you, friends. We have had a wonderful session and an episode on physical destiny today. I would like to conclude by saying that as members of the Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, we are all lucky to be part of a very great Sangha, because we have a sense of identity. We identify ourselves with this organization, which has been enabling us to read books, to know about experiences from different masters all over the world, all advanced, exalted masters. Now, in the final analysis, I would like to say that in the course of this physical destiny, since we have a body, and it is for us to maintain the body in the best manner possible, and just as Seth has said through Jane Roberts, that we create our own realities. The only extension to that is made by Percival, who says we create our own destinies by our own thinking, and the proper thinking is what leads us to the ultimate salvation. So once again, thank you, and thanks to Purnima and Girja Rajan.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.